Hey, how's it going? Hope you're all doing well. Time for another Elite Dangerous related video, and I'm finally going to set up that crate, so stick around. Hey, Commander64 here, bringing you retro and Elite Dangerous related content in two separate playlists. I unbox, I build, I play. If any of that interests you, please consider subscribing to the channel. For those of you that already have, thank you very much, really appreciate that. Now that's all out of the way. You may remember, if you have been a long time subscriber, that in July of 2018 I bought a crate, and I was also lucky enough to win a Frontier paint job on the official live stream. If you haven't seen that, you can click the eye in the top left corner there, which is up. Either up there or up there. I always point in the wrong direction. I think it might be that way. Anyway, at the end of that video, I promised to share with you my crate setup, and here we are in 2019. So yeah, I've got some credits burning a hole through my hull like a menstruating xenomorph on the Nostromo starfighter. So let's do this. Now the first thing I need to do is figure out what parts I need. I've done that already, and I've written them down here in my logbook. I did a video on logbooks. You can watch it by clicking the eye in the top right over there. After I've figured out what parts I need to figure out where I can get those parts. Easiest way to do this is to click on my best friend here. That's a lot of me's. Let's just get rid of that. The Elite Dangerous database. That's eddb.io, and in here I can type in all the parts I'm looking for and the class. Now some of you are going to go crazy at this, but I've got a mirrored surface composite. That's going to get some reactions, I'm sure. We'll go into that later. Anyway, I can type in anything I want here I want to fit to my ship, and then click a reference system. That is where I am at the moment, and it will find stations where I can buy all those parts. I can then decide what's more important to me: the prices, allegiance, the distance. But I'm going to click light years because I want the closest one. Not so bothered about the prices. If I run short of funds, I'll go away, do a few missions and come back again. So 89 light years is HIP 100 225. That's probably not how you say it. Let's copy that and we will paste it into our galaxy map and take it from there. Okay, so we need to enter our galaxy map. Come over to this logo here, which is sort of the route planner logo, and Control V. There we go. Plot of course to that. Nimienda. Terminal. Now we can't. Don't have the system data now, so I need to explore it first. What's that? And how many jumps? 35 jumps, that's not too bad. Okay, here we are. After 35 jumps and a few pit stops for refueling, we have reached our destination. We're going to go to the outfitting and I'm going to get my logbook. The first thing in my logbook that I'm going to buy is the controversial one. That is mirror surface composite for the hull. And this gives you protection against laser and thermal attacks. But, and this is the bit that drives everybody crazy, it gives you 75% less protection against kinetic and 50% less protection against explosives. 75% less protection against kinetic. Most people's tactics is to use thermal lasers against the shields, and then when your shield's gone they switch to kinetic or explosives. So it's kind of a bad idea, but I have a way that I'm going to try to get around this, and this is I've got 4 utility mounts which I can fit countermeasures against kinetic and explosives, and that is going to be my theory on trying to get around this. We're going to go to core internal, and we've got 1C lightweight alloys. We're going to browse the shop and we're going to buy mirrored surface composite at 97 million 97,446,814 credits, which is a huge chunk of the money that we have saved so far. So let's go ahead and do some buy options. Exchange old module. We may as well, but they're not really worth anything. It's not gonna. I mean, I'm just gonna store them because what's the point of exchanging them if you're not gonna give me anything for them? So we've now got mirrored surface composite. Let's go to our countermeasures and install our countermeasures. So that would be utility mounts. The first one, I am going to install a heatsink. So if my temperature gets too high, I can pop a heatsink out and it'll bring my temperature down. There's also a controversial theory that this helps you avoid scans and being detected when you're smuggling illegal and stolen goods. A lot of people say it doesn't make a difference. Some people say that it does make a difference. My theory is it depends on the type of scanner you are being scanned by. If it's a really high grade one, then it probably isn't going to make a bit of difference. But if you're being scanned by another ship, it might actually help you if they've got just a low grade scanner. So I'm going to move myself around here so you can see what we're looking at. I only stole 2 of these, but they're worth having. Buying options. Let's buy one of those. Next, we are going to install an electronic countermeasure. This protects against projectile target locks. So let's have a look for one of those. Electronic countermeasure. And it's abbreviated obviously to ECMs. Electronic countermeasure. Read more. So, more details. Missile torpedo defense when deployed causes affected ordnance to lose lock. So when somebody's locking on you to fire these missiles and torpedoes, this sort of scrambles their lock and helps you get away. Mirrored surface composite is very weak against this. It's very weak against missiles and torpedoes, but this electronic countermeasure should help me out by scrambling locks on those. And I believe that these are automatically fired. I could be wrong, Never used them before. But let's look at our buying options. We're going to buy one of those. There it is. That's going to scramble their lock. Right, next on the list we have got point defense. Point defense tracks and fires on missiles and torpedoes. So let's get one of those. Point defense. Our electronic countermeasure is going to scramble any locks on us. In the event that that doesn't work and they still manage to get a lock and fire, then this is going to shoot down those missiles and torpedoes, hopefully. We've got two ways of defending ourselves against things that our hull is weak against. Missile defense automatically tracks and fires upon missiles and torpedoes in range when powered. The ammo clip, we've got 12 of those in a clip, ammo maximum 10,000. Reload time 4 seconds. That's good. Let's get one of those. And our final one, chaff launcher. So where's the chaff launcher? There's a chaff launcher. Signature tracking defense. When deployed, causes gimbal and turret mounted devices to lose lock. Requires ammunition. So this one I'm not sure if it's going to give us any defense against missiles and torpedoes. But it will work similarly to the electronic countermeasure. To disrupt enemy locks. Very useful in combat against ships with gimbal or turret weaponry. Because their weapons will be unable to track your ship as it manoeuvres due to chaff disruption. This module can be bound to a specific key so that it can be used quickly and does not need to be in a fire group. Okay, so this isn't automatic. I'm going to have to distribute these myself, but I don't have to use a fire group, so I won't need to switch to a fire group. So I will have a key. Most likely I'll pop it on this one-handed keyboard here and just tap that when I think I need to. Pop that on. So now we've got 4 different defences in our utility belts. We've got the heat sink, which is going to keep us under the radar as much as we can and stop our ship from overheating. We've got our electric countermeasure, which is going to scramble locks from torpedoes and missiles. We've got point defense, which is going to shoot down any missiles and torpedoes that gets past our electric countermeasure, and a chaff launcher to prevent locks from gimbaled and turreted. Okay, power plants. Let's get a better power plant. We've got 7E at the moment. I want the best that I can afford, which at the moment is going to be a 7C. And this is pretty self-explanatory. This is going to power everything. It's how much power we can have. We want the best one, but if we want to have a lot of power, it's as simple as that. To go with our power plant, we want a power distributor to match that. So we'll bump up the power distributor as well to the same, which will be a 7C. Yeah, there we go, 7C. Power plant and power distributor, both 7C. Again, distributor, self-explanatory, that's going to distribute power more efficiently. i.e. be distributed to the engines, to the systems, to the weapons. Okay, what's next on the list? Frameshift drive. Again, this is pretty self-explanatory. I want the best that I can afford to get here. Because I want to be able to travel for long distances. So let's see what they have got. I would like a 5A. Yeah, 5A, which is going to cost me a large chunk of what we've got left, 5 million. Let's just see how much better that is than what we've got. So our current frameshift drive allows us to jump a maximum of 8.59 light years and minimum of 7.37. Currently we're at 8.41. And if we bump up to a 5A, that will give us a maximum of 18.37, so that's quite a bit more. So we can do a bit of exploring and go a bit further out into the black. So we're just going to store it in case for whatever reason I want to go backwards to that. Life support. Okay, have we got any life support at the moment? We've got 4E at the moment. That gives us 5 minutes of life support. I think it would be advisable for us to have a 4C. A 4C would give us 10 minutes. That might make the difference between making it, limping it to a space station. That could give us the edge in combat. Sometimes I know some people like to turn their life support system off in combat because it gives them some sort of edge.
Turning off your life support and switching to reserves gives you a bit of extra power if you're struggling to keep your shields up or your weapons running. It's a bit of a controversial technique, so do your research if you're going to consider doing this.
It won't cost us a great deal amount of money, and it could save our bacon. So let's install a 4C life support. Thrusters. Core internal. Thrusters. I've got 6E to have a look and see what I can afford in that shop. Yeah, for now we're going to have to settle for 6D because we're running out of cash. So let's install those. Oh, if I exchange, we will exchange.
Okay, this is turning out to be a rather long video, so I'm going to end this part here, and we will return next time to set up the weapons. So please join me in the next Elite Dangerous episode for that. Next week is a retro week. Videos are posted on Sundays. Have a great day. Keep gaming. This is Commander 64 signing off.